Welcome to another episode of Day One Radio right here on Live Hip Hop Daily. It's Brandon LSK sitting here with my brother Marius Garland. What's up, man?
What's happening, man?
Everything good?
Everything good, man. It feels like we might be in the last day of what a black mayor in Atlanta. Seems like everybody's like biting their nails right now. Like, oh shit, it's the end of the world. A white person gonna be in charge of the city. Yeah. How am I gonna pay my bills tomorrow?
I feel like we've been going through this since after the Shirley Franklin debacle, which Mary Norwood was a part of, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, man, it's gotten a lot of national attention. Kamala Harris was in town yesterday campaigning with Keisha Lance Bottoms, which I thought was super weird, but you know, it is what it is. You never know what's going on in politics until somebody get fired or somebody get elected. You know, we've seen a lot of strange alliances in the last few weeks. Anytime you got black council people that's supposed to be Democrats co-signing a Trump supporter, you know, some weird shit going on out here. But
now it's funny, I was saying earlier, like when I went to go vote, like you see the people holding the signs, the people had like the Keisha Lance Bottom signs, and I voted like in a black neighborhood like off of Pryor Road. And you saw black people with Mary Norwood signs, but it's almost like they didn't want people to see them with the signs. Like they were like had their hands down, like they had the sign up like this. Like, yeah, vote for Mary, vote for Mary. You know,
we are very much easily appeased by things. Visit a black church or two, you know, mention a rap song and we love you. Play a saxophone on Arsenio, we love you. But yeah, man, so it is what it is. We all right out here for those watching and listening elsewhere. It's going, you know, hopefully everybody got out and vote. Atlanta is a notoriously low voter turnout city unless it's voting for a president. So
yeah, they said like in the original election day, which was just last month, only 20% of registered voters in Fulton County voted. And I can say this today, when I went to go vote, wasn't nobody in line.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It was so light that I got sent. I went to the wrong place. Like they said, they had an old address down for me, and I had time enough to go to the other place and vote and still get in to work on time. And then this one dude, bless his heart, I was in line to vote. It was like me and like 3 other people in there, and this dude came up behind me. He was like, and I overheard him ask the lady like, "Hey, if I stay on Peachtree Street, can I vote here?" And I was like, my nigga, you asking this the day of?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the look on the lady's face is almost the same thing. Like, you asking this the day of?
You can't vilify people for trying to find their polling place that have not voted. At least they vote now.
I guess, man. I mean, that's the last question you be asking the day of. You know what
I'm saying?
I stay in Buckhead. Can I vote off of Northside Drive? Can I vote here?
Hey, man.
You know, like you said, at least it was done.
Exactly, yeah. My polling place was light too. I went in the middle of the day though, so who knows? I don't know which election it was, but I definitely went in there like 5 p.m. before, and I was like, how many people been here today? And it was like 19. And I'm like, you know, where we are right now is in the middle of basically the center of gentrification for the city. So it's
yeah, the place I went to, I asked her how many people was in there. She just sighed and was like, leave and come back and bring some friends with you.
Damn. It's all bad. That's all bad. But yeah, it's a lot going on. This politically, period. You got Roy Moore, the guy who likes young women and has liked them for a long time. Out of Alabama. The Republicans gave him his money back today. So if you supporting Roy Moore, then you support underage sex. So I think the same people that support Roy Moore probably also still buy R. Kelly concert tickets.
No, it's 2 different demographics. It's 2 totally different.
I think fucking around with underage girls is one demographic.
No,
I feel like on the low behind the scenes, they all kick it together.
No, I don't think people that are voting for Roy Moore in Alabama are like grew up on 12 play and went out and bought black panties.
Never know. You never know.
But I did read something interesting earlier today. I forget the outlet, but they were calling attention to how, you know, after 2017, after 15 years of news reporting on R. Kelly having sex with underage girls, he still has a pretty viable career. He's still selling out arenas. They were talking about how like that also just kind of like shows you the value of black women's body, or just how much this country values or does not value black women here, because like you can be a politician doing the same thing and you'll get called out, you'll get forced to resign, this, that, and the other. But in R. Kelly's case, everybody that swore by God that they would not make a song with this man back in 2002 have made multiple songs with that man since.
Well, I will say this. I've been to one R. Kelly show in the last 10, 15 years that I didn't pay for because I'm not supporting R. Kelly financially in any way. I mean, that's like people saying they're boycotting the NFL, but they still buying jerseys and shit. People don't give a damn about your emotional feelings. They care about dollars and cents. We live in a capitalist society. I didn't pay for parking, didn't pay for popcorn, didn't pay for drinks, damn sure didn't pay for tickets. But what I was going to say is the majority of the people there was black women. So I would hope that the black women I know value women. So I mean that's a weird situation. I think people separate entertainment from real life way too much. Or they be like, these songs is jamming and I'ma still buy every R. Kelly CD to come out. Or stream it. I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, I don't get it, but it is what it is, man.
Is it cool if we listen to the old R. Kelly?
I mean, R. Kelly married
R. Kelly BC and AD. Like
R. Kelly married Aaliyah when I was in high school. There isn't much. There's like 6 songs before this nigga became a pedophile. Like, what is y'all saying? Anyway, that's enough on crazy ass R. Kelly. But you make a valid point. It's like people do not care about justice or care about what's right. You got, like I said, essentially Trump got behind Roy Moore. Like, he said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. And they released his campaign funds because they couldn't find another Republican to replace him. Like, so it's like we care way more about maintaining these seats than we care about the constituency in his area. And then even in Hollywood, like today, Netflix playing both sides of the game. What's the kid named Randy Masterson or whatever from that 70s show? It was on this Netflix show, The Ranch, and he got accused of rape, so they kicked him off of the show. And they were like, recording's going to continue. But if you remember, again, with the pedophilia, when Kevin Spacey got accused allegedly of playing with little boys, they were like, we're suspending shooting House of Cards season 6. Then they came back and said, we're suspending him from House of Cards. And now they're saying we're going to continue, but he's not going to be a part of the show. So we're going to do season 6. It's only going to be 8 episodes, and his wife on the show is the main character. And I'm like, bruh, if you're going to take a stand, take a stand. It doesn't make sense to play both sides of the fence at all. Like, it's people don't care.
In the midst of all these sexual assault, reports and everything going all throughout politics and pop culture, what do you make of your boy Too Short's recent comments when he was saying, quote unquote, the era of trying to fuck is over. You should just sit back and let women choose you now because trying to fuck is going to get you accused of rape.
I mean, I don't necessarily think he was saying trying to fuck is going to get you accused of rape, but at the end of the day, no man has ever talked his way into sex.
True.
You can talk your way out of sex, but you've never talked your way into sex. If a woman chose and wanted to have sex with you, she chose that regardless of the conversation you thought you was putting out there. So, I mean, to an extent, I agree. It's like, dude, stop. You can't be out here with the strong arm love no more. Y'all got to chill, man. Like, you are a crazy individual if you are really forcing a woman to have sex with you. I don't understand how anybody could get pleasure out of that shit. But clearly there are some sick motherfuckers that do, and it's been going on for decades because we got people going back to the 50s and 60s talking about stuff that happened. And it's a lot of sick, weird dudes out here, and it's messed up really because now you couldn't have done anything. If you're accused of it, it's a wrap. Period, point blank. You got to step down from your and it's not just... Dude, it's happening in Silicon Valley. It's happening in hip-hop. We saw L.A. Reid earlier this year with his whole thing stepping down from Epic. It's happening in Hollywood. It's happening in politics. It's probably happening on your job. It just ain't made it to the news because nobody cares if you only making $50,000, $60,000 a year at the end of the day. So I don't know, man. I just say, man, stop trying to harass people, man. Stop trying to sexually assault people. If she don't want to see your penis, keep it in your pants. That's a pretty good way to stay out of trouble at the end of the day.
But it's kind of tough if we work with somebody and just say how you doing, sweetheart, every morning. This
is Herb y'all here talking. He's behind the camera.
But I'm just saying that they can say that's sexual harassment.
I feel like people understand
when you
energy.
add sweetheart at the end.
Right. Yeah. Well, good morning, sweetheart. Every morning. Good
hey,
morning,
man.
Sweetheart.
You gotta change that to what's up, homie. At the end of the day. Hey, man, if she want to holler, she go holler, man. At the end of the day, even if you don't mean nothing by it, man, you got to be careful.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Women have been treated poorly in this country for hundreds of years. It's okay to just shut the fuck up and let them go about their day. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, that's just the climate. Perception is more powerful than reality sometimes. And that's just what it is. We're switching gears a little bit, man. I think one of the hottest stories in music right now is rap savior Eminem is coming out with a new album next week, and he released the track listing, and it's looking kind of like a gospel album, bro. It's like there's only one rapper on it, Fresher, who's our guy. Shout out to Duce. Me and Duce love Fresher. That Wait a Minute song is the shit. But he's the only one. Everybody else on it, he has Beyonce on it. We heard that gospel song. Skylar Grey, Kehlani, Alicia Keys, Ed Sheeran, and the Ambassadors. I don't know who the Ambassadors are. Do you?
No.
Okay.
But we have Google in front of us. Let's look them up.
He wants to look up the Ambassadors. They're probably one of Fred Hammond's groups or something with the way this is going. But are you tripping on the fact that Eminem does not have, like, rappers on an album?
No, because Eminem is how old now?
40-something.
There's a lot of 40-year-old people that don't listen to rap anymore, so I can imagine that an actual rapper probably doesn't want to.
Have you ever been to an Eminem show?
Not since he first came out. Not since he first came out.
I saw Eminem at Madison Square Garden, and it was one of the scariest moments of my life.
Why?
Because I really felt like if he said, I want y'all to kill every black person in here right now, it would have happened. Like, that's the kind of fan base he has. That's the kind of control he has. I feel like Eminem fans are Eminem fans. I feel like even people who bought the Marshall Mathers LP that don't listen to rap no more, listen to Eminem still. Like, that will be the rap joint they stream or whatever. So I don't think, but on the flip side, the song with Beyonce, what's the name of the joint?
The name of that song is
Walk on Water, right?
Walk on Water.
Yeah, like, to me, it's a great pop song. Like, the structure is great, the hook is great, but it didn't connect. Like, I think they said the average song in the top 10 or whatever gets like 20 to 25 million streams. That got like 18 million streams the first week. It didn't connect. And if a song with Beyonce don't connect, that scares record labels. Because Beyonce don't miss. Ever. And Beyonce and Eminem should be like 12 Grammys off top. But I don't know, man. Do you think it's a rap? Like, not a rap like he's going to do like mumble rap numbers. Do you think?
Like, when you look at it from streaming and you consider who is usually streaming the music, which is usually like younger folks, they're probably not looking for or checking for Eminem and Beyonce song right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you might have to like look outside of that to find out who actually wants that song at this moment, who would want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that song is like something that's going to appeal to the kid that's looking up rap caviar playlist. Right. You know what I'm saying? Very often. You know what I'm saying?
So is he going to debut at #1?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's going to still be like the same, narrative. Like once the album comes out and lives its life, it's going to debut at #1. It's going to get nominated for a Grammy that it doesn't deserve. I think it's going to still be like, it's going to be the same narrative. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I don't even know how to do first week sales predictions no more because they break down the numbers so crazily. I don't really get it, but if the combined units or whatever, do you think it does 250,000 or less or more?
I mean, yeah, because not because like it's gonna be indicative of how dope it is. It's just gonna be indicative of how many people, like you said, might still be checking for dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as like those hardcore people that listen to him and him only, that don't even listen to other rap music. You know, Eminem is rap to them. Like they only might listen to country, pop, and Eminem is their rap diet that day.
Yeah, it's gonna be like I don't know how an Alicia Keys Eminem song sounds. Like I'm really confused as to how Fresher is the only rapper on the album. Like, but M is a student of the game, so we know he's gonna be spitting. Period. So you know that. But I want to know how these beats sound. I hope he didn't produce the whole album. Yeah. The fake ass Alchemist beats don't really do it for me. So I don't know. Staying with the whole media thing today. They announced that Oprah Winfrey sold 24.5% of OWN network. So she only, granted, and I hate to burst y'all bubble out there in podcast land and YouTube land, but listen, all these networks that they say black people own, we really don't own them. We own percentages of them. And Oprah probably has the best deal because her deal was 50-50. But Revolt, Aspire, all that stuff, most of those networks are owned by Comcast. Most of those networks are majority owned by Comcast. If you want to see the real deal, Byron Allen is suing the FCC. All of that stuff came out. It's all documented. It's all online. You can see exactly who owns what. But I digress.
You hurt my heart right
Oprah had 50% of OWN network. Discovery Channel owned the other 50%. She sold 24.5% to them, so she's no longer a majority owner, and she's gonna stay on until 2025 as chief content director or whatever. So I saw a lot of people online saying that it was a sellout move, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. What you think?
Now, I don't think you're a sellout for selling your own shit.
Right.
No, like I don't think that's logical. I don't think you're a sellout if you built a company and you decide to sell off a percentage of it. Because I don't
for $70 million.
Right.
By the way,
right. I mean, you can take that $70 million and start another network. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's a sellout move on her part. You know what I'm saying? It might be a situation where it's like it's not generating. She might see a cap on it. You know what I'm saying? She might not have seen it like generating more than what it's generating right now. She wants to sell off some of it before it becomes, a loss.
I don't see how anyone could second guess a business move that Oprah does. Like, she's a genius and a visionary. So I don't really see that. And then beyond that, she's staying on to create, to make sure the content is right, which we know how them deals go. A lot of times they'll keep you on, and then after a couple years, they'll be like, all right, we got it from here, and just pay you out, which will be some more money. Because they going to sell the other 24.5% at some point to Discovery. But I think it's fun. We need to stop with this sellout shit when it comes to business.
Can I say the reason?
What's up, Herb?
I'll tell you why people are saying it's a sellout.
Why?
Because as black people, we don't have nothing. We don't have anything. We have nothing.
It's a business, though. Nobody starts a business. Nobody smart starts a viable business without a price that they're willing to sell it for.
So how come like Apollo and all these other companies haven't been sold?
Ralph Lauren's a publicly traded company. It belongs to the people that are shareholders.
True, but he is still, we know it's a white company. But all black companies sell their shit. All of them. So that's why people see it sell out. All of them. We had this debate here. I'd be like, yo, if Google came and say, yo, they gonna give me $100,000 or $1 million, or whatever, some astronomical number, what should I do?
This is why black businesses tend to sell to bigger companies. And this was told to me by a mentor when I was in college. When you're doing something that disrupts the power structure, they come to you and say, you can work with us, we can buy you, or you can continue to work against us, and we destroy you.
Right. That's why I said we're stuck in a situation where we have to sell.
Right. Unless your audience is strictly black folks. If your audience is strictly black folks, you can continue to grind it out. But that shit is rare because we think the grass is greener on the other side.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because he said, like, yo, she could just start another one. Like, that's what I say about the BET. Where's the other BET? No, once you get the money, you ain't thinking about starting.
I mean,
shit
you
all over.
have TV One is, Kathy Hughes owns a percentage of TV One. And they do, good work. Unsung is very good work. Shout out to P. Frank. But I'm like, man, it's media. At the end of the day, if you still trying to work within the confines of TV, you're not looking into the future. Because the future is on demand at the end of the day and streaming. So network television and cable television is like, whatever.
So then basically you saying if Google came, I should sell it. So that's not
Hell yeah.
But then we don't have the control.
It depends it depends on the money. If Google comes to you with a particular price and you know what you can do with that bread, then yes, you should sell. If your goal is to put hip hop out there, hip hop culture out there to a wide audience in an unfiltered manner, and you're reaching 100,000 people, if somebody comes to you and you can do the same thing, even if it's for the next 5 years, but you can get it to 10 million people, what is the purpose?
You're right.
It's what's the purpose at the end of the day? Yeah, we got way off on the side track. Hopefully y'all are feeling this.
You dropped some knowledge on
Hey
it.
man,
It
is what it
you
is.
educated somebody today.
So man, sad note, 10 years ago, Pimp C passed away.
It's been 10 years already?
It's been 10 years, man. I remember I was at Double XL when Pimp C passed, and I came back from lunch, people blowing my phone up, and I was like, nah, that's bullshit. Because he had just got out. He wasn't even out a year. And I hit Lump, OG Lump out in Houston. He was like, yeah, I'll call you right back. I'll let you know. And it was true, man. And I had never got to meet Pimp. I don't even know if I've ever interviewed Pimp at any point, but I was always a huge fan. And I know you had definitely interviewed him during your Ozone time, right?
Yeah, I was working at Ozone when he passed. And it was like, at the time, like, shit. Pimp was damn near running the goddamn magazine. Like, he had a column in every issue. Every day we was getting some kind of phone call or letter because of something that he said in the magazine. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when he passed, like, the staff definitely took it hard because, like, we were, like, one of the first, if not the first, publications to really amplify his voice like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he was, locked up behind bars. We put him on the cover. You know what I'm saying? After we put him on the cover behind bars, that's when all the news media outlets kind of like called on to the whole Free Pimp C campaign. So like when he got out, we were the first people there. Shout out to Julia, that was there when the day he got out, took the photos, everything. Like we pretty much chronicled his life from the day that he got out of jail, from him getting out to him, going over there to rap a lot, getting the red Bentley, like everything. We chronicled his life like from the day he got out up until the day that he died, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we definitely took it hard, but like, damn, 10 years, damn.
Yeah, it's been 10 years, man. And shout out to Julia for putting together that book, because that was definitely something I think that helped cement his legacy.
Yeah, man. And people were kind of hating on me because, like, I edited the book, right?
Right, I remember.
And folks was like, I can't tell that you edited that book. That book big as hell. Well, I was like, it was the entire man's like unedited life story, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like there was so much after he died that did not get out there too, you know what I'm saying? So like if you haven't read that book and you're a Pimp C fan, I definitely suggest that you check out that book, you know what I'm saying? So,
do you think his legacy is what it should be?
No, because a lot of people have not gone back and listened to the whole catalog. A lot of people only know Pimp C for smoke some bitch, and
right,
that's it. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't think his legacy is all the way out there because they don't know about how deep his, production catalog went and like the moves that he made as a producer. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people don't give him his just due for purposely, kind of being like a working class producer to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have easily went to major label opportunities, like, oh man, you're the hot guy, I want some beats from you, but he purposely kept it underground.
I don't think hardly anybody knew that he was the mind behind those beats until that Scratch story came out.
Right.
For sure. But yeah, Pimp definitely produced the great majority of UGK records and produced a lot of other Southern classic records that you probably know he didn't produce. Short did a smoke out in honor of Pimp C in LA this week, which I thought was super dope as well, because you know they were very close, really close friends. So man, when y'all riding around this week, man, make sure you throw on some of that old UGK, that Pimpalation from Pimp and all of that, man, and reminisce on all the great moments in hip-hop that Pimp C gave us. And we appreciate you listening to us, man. Make sure you follow us on Day One Radio on all your social media. Make sure you follow Hip Hop Trivia ATL as well. We've been saying we coming to a city near you soon, and we will be. Trust me, it's in the works. Y'all been asking for it, so we will be somewhere near you very, very soon. And we appreciate y'all listening. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We'll holler at you next week.